Welcome to Afifthofjack Gaming. It's Friday, so you know what that means? It means it's magic time. So today we're going to treat you to a deck tech that we end up having. It's going to be a nice, solid, aggressive, but yet fun to make people be attacking. You may be cutting your opponents may be getting cut into different slices. Alright, enough with the puns. Let's slide on over to Moxfield and we'll be able to start breaking down that deck that we end up having. Alright, we're going to have this be called Pass Me a Slice. This is going to be a more competitive, but yet it's also more aggressive and more combat because we have Slicer, Hired Muscle, is going to be our commander of the deck. We're going to be rocking a mono red commander and we're going to be sharing our commander. So, if you don't know what this heads up having, Slicer, this side is Slicer, Higher Muscle, costs 4 and a red for a 3/4 who has double strike, haste. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may have that player gain control of Slicer until end of turn. If you do, untap it, goad it, and it can't be sacrificed this turn. If you don't, convert it. But it also has this little thing that's called More Than Meets the Eye, which is a fun Transformers pun. More Than Meets the Eye cost, we could pay 2 and a red, and instead of having it on this side, we could flip it over to Slicer, High Speed Antagonist. Has Living Metal, so that's as long as it's your turn, this vehicle is also a creature. First strike, haste, and whenever it deals combat damage, convert it at the end of combat. So the big idea is that we're going to end up having the table be swinging. In my meta, I had a place where they weren't swinging around, so I wanted to create something that made them end up swinging. Since this is goaded, they have to swing with it, no matter what. But the fun part about it is when you go working around the table, all that damage is also commander damage. We broke down the commander. We have the commander figured out. Let's look at the deck and see what we end up having. So we'll go through the least amount of funness that we have out of this is the lands. We have a Buried Ruin, 30 Mountains, a Rogue's Passage for unblockability, Treasure Vault, Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle, and now we come over to the enchantments, which we have 3 enchantments. We have Blood Moon, Interrary, Shiny Impetus. Next up is that we're with so many different artifacts. We have 39 artifacts altogether. We have an Arcane Signet, Blackblade Reforge, Cloud Key, Commander's Plate, Dark Steel Plate, Explorer Scope, Explorer Lens, Fire Diamond, Gold Vein Pick, Grafdigger's Cage, Hammer of Nissan, Hero's Blade, Infiltration Lens, Liquid Metal Torque. Whew, okay. Lotus Petal, Mask of Memory, Mind Stone, Baron Bane Splitter, Mox Opal, Netasist, Nim Death Mantle, Oganata, Prowler's Helm, Prying Blade, Ranger's Gloves, Soul Ring, Strength Testing Hammer, Sword of Hearth and Home, Sword of Once in the Future, Sword of the Animist, Tezza, Gordo's Maul, Thought Vessel, Thane Power Suit, Trailblazer's Boots, Unwizen Jet, Vok Battle Horns, Weather Runestone, Welding Jar, and Zephyr's Boots. We have a couple Planeswalkers and Dreddy, Skip Savant, Jessica, Thrice Reborn, and now the creatures that we have. Well, let's save the creatures last. So we'll jump over to the spells that we have. We have 4 sorceries with Pyroclasm, Reforge the Soul, Right to Flame, and Wheel of Misfortune. Instances that we have is Built to Smash, because we're all going to be smashing. Desperate Ritual, Invader Rampage, Magnetic Theft, Monstrous Rage, Parodic Ritual, and Volcanic Fallout. Woo, buddy. Since we ended up skipping them, we have the creatures next. Coming in with 10 creatures with Brass Squire, Founder Inspector, Cuss, Emberclaw Familiar, Lodestone Golem, Magus of the Moon, Scrap Trawler, Scalp Welder, Silent Arbiter, Simian Spirit Guide, and Sobad the Goblin Tinker. Alright, let's slide back over to the main camera and give our final thoughts of the deck. So Slicer is a nice deck because it ends up making everyone attack. So if you have a place where you're having problems with people attacking, this is going to be the deck that comes over with it. With so much ramp, you'll be able to ramp out your commander and be able to get it out early, especially with the more than meets the eye cost, where we can end up dropping it for 3 mana. Drop it, swing with it, get some early damage on someone that doesn't not expecting it, flip it, and then start the shenanigans. It's also important to say that this is also commander damage for you as well, so once you get hit with it, you'll still be taking commander damage. There's a few upgrades I would like to end up doing to the deck, and that's going to bring us over to the next point of that. For the previous months, we ended up putting down a deck. We come over with a deck tech, and throughout the month, we'll end up upgrading it and working on it. However, what I'm planning on doing is we got the deck tech here, and then if you have any suggestions, put them down in the comments down below. And at the end of the month, there will be a deep dive into this deck, giving out the different synergies, what goes with it, what kind of ramp that you end up having with the deck. And it's an opportunity for you to be able to give us suggestions to add to the deck. So, with that said, put down in the comments down below any kind of suggestions that you have, or any kind of fun that you've had with Slicer. Also, if you're liking the content that we're putting out, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to be notified whenever we come out with new content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later. Bye!